Okay. So I have been doing a bit of research on antivirus programs. Basically, okay, no problem, Maggie. Basically to try and find out which is the best for us to use. Yes, I'll tell you, I have tested quite a number in the past and I've shared some of the information, but I have decided to switch to Node 32. Obviously I'm using the 30-day one, and if it keeps up to what it promises, then I will decide to buy it at the end of the month. Node 32 is also compatible for Linux, okay, and it also is compatible for Windows. It does come at a number of prices. For one user, one computer is £39.99, and for two computers it's £44.99. You can buy it over 2 years for £59.99, which will probably work out cheaper. I'm going to go to the desktop and let you have a look at it. I'll stop this video here. Okay, let me give you a better screenshot of this. Most of us have heard of the Node 32, but the fact that it hasn't missed a virus in 11 years is a good sign. It runs on a Windows 64-bit operating system, no problem, and it doesn't cause it's not high on the CPU. Obviously, there's more than one way of securing a computer. I do have a few other small tools installed I'll not mention, but this particular one here, ESET Smart Security version 5, I would recommend it to anybody to give it a try. You can install it on Linux and you can install it on a Mac or Windows OS. What does ESET Smart Security do? It protects you and your family while online. It blocks malware and other software. Basically, they're saying other software lets in, they stop it. It keeps your machine running faster for longer, and it keeps unwanted spam out of your mailbox if your email account is not up to standard. Okay, so it also can improve your computer and battery performance, and it also is a free UK-based phone support and etc. There's a number of different versions here. They have had a number of awards. And the key benefits, basically I'm reading it off the website itself, is their award-winning threat sense technology uses various techniques including process scans, which basically is a deep computer scan on your file system, and their database is good. Their firewall is good. Now, like most firewalls, they come by default settings. But if you know your way around a computer, you can basically go to the advanced settings and you can tweak it. You can prevent ICM pings and etc. Now, I always believe it is a wise thing to let everything out and nothing in. Okay? But how you set it up is entirely up to yourself. You can run it by the default settings and it will give you protection. They're also basically saying that they find malware that AVT companies have let in. Okay. You also can do an online scan if you wish to test it out on your computer. If you are using a third party, I would advise you to disable it. Otherwise, it is possible that this scan could pick up some of the database on your other antivirus program and give you a false reading. You can use it in XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, 64 or 32. And it is compatible for Linux and also for the Mac. After the 30 days test that I run it on, if I'm happy with it, I will bet it is cheap to pay to protect your system, because we all know what viruses can do. They can give us headaches, and they can turn off our software, and etc. Unfortunately, on Blog TV, and I say it again, there's too many people using computers with no protection. And I know this for a fact because I have seen them. But I will not disclose the names, because that would be invading their privacy. All I can say, friends, waking up, smell the coffee, you need to protect your computer. You also need to understand that no program is 100% secure, but without protection, you're either fooling yourself or you have plenty of money to spend. If you don't understand what it is or what it does, there's a number of ways you can find out. You can come to a pccareman's computer room and ask, and we will be quite happy to tell you exactly what it does. Or you can do some research on the internet and understand yourself. Some guys have told me, basically, on people on Blog TV, they don't care because they can go to System Restore. System Restore, friends, is a waste of time, and it's a waste of an operating system, in my opinion. Because if you start to learn about antivirus programs on the internet, you will also realize that these guys are good. The bad guys, some of them are not idiots. They've been at this game a long time, and they're making a lot of money on your expense. Bad guys can remodify the System Restore. It was done on me a few years back, so it can be done to make you think when you go back in time your computer is clean. Your computer is not clean, you're only fooling yourself. So System Restore can be modified because the bad guy knows that if he puts a virus in your computer and you know something about computers, you're going to go to System Restore. Personally speaking, I turn mine off. I don't use it. Because I have most of my important stuff backed up on an external hard drive or backed up on the clouds. Anything else is on the computer. I don't worry about it because I can do a recovery or I can do a deep clean and see if I can find it. So System Restore is a waste of time. Also understand if you do a system recovery, it only does what they call a basic format. Okay? A basic format will not destroy a virus off your computer. You need to write zeros to your computer, complete hard drive for it to actually take it away. Also, you need to have your operating system set up not to accept encrypted pages to disk. If you don't have your computer set up for not to accept encrypted pages to disk, if a virus is put on your computer that's encrypted, you cannot format it. I make that clear, you cannot format it. Because I know what a low-level format is, and I know how to debug a computer. You cannot format it if it's encrypted. Another thing we have to our knowledge is a program called TrueCrypt. Okay? You can't encrypt the whole hard drive, it will take time. If you do that, make yourselves a boot up disk and also make sure it's at least 27 characters long, your password. If you encrypt your whole hard drive, TrueCrypt will decrypt it and encrypt it on the fly. No one will be able to read your information. So that's a good step for starters, because if they can't see what they're looking for, they ain't going to come back. Okay. It says here on this website, friends, and I have tested out quite a number of products. I have tested out SolarAlarm, Avast, Bitdefender, McAfee, Spyware Doctor, you name it, I've tested it out. Panda, the lot. Now, obviously, I will carry on trying to find another program. If I can find one better than this, obviously, I will use it. But at this present in time, friends, this program is living up to what it says. As I say, I'm not getting paid for it. I have applied for the sponsor of it because I do believe it is genuine. Okay? Now, why you take my word for it is entirely up to yourself. I've always said, if you're looking for a program, you want the best database that's built into it, because your computer is scanned off the database that they have built in, unupdated, to find them infections. It will only find infections that's in the database. And also, if you check the reviews and etc., it will help you too. The best way to find out if a program's any good is physically test it and run it. Then you will find the downfalls and the good parts about it. Now, Tess and Maggie don't have to worry about this because we already understand. And Maggie is lucky because I'm always about anyway. But to cut a long story short, for those that's not in the room at the minute and will be watching this recording what I'm doing, it will be posted. There's no excuse not to have a security product on your computer. I don't care how good you are. I don't care if you tell me you're a geek or you're a top notch. Because no matter how good you are, you still need security software. Even if you turn off your scripts, your JavaScripts, you still need a security software. Friends, on Facebook, YouTube, or on the social networking sites, there's a number of free programs. Make sure you do a scan. If you think you're infected tonight, you can click this button. The web address is www.eclap.co.uk/home/smart-security. Click this button here, scan now. And here you will be provided with an online scan. Okay? Click the button and go through the process, and this will let you scan your computer off their web server. It will also remove any infections you have. Then you want to go and install some protection. We're probably saying ourselves tonight in the room, sure everybody knows this. Unfortunately, to be honest, they don't. I have spent this last 3 months on Blog TV sitting in rooms watching and listening. And I have come across people still don't have a security scanner on their computer. Some people genuinely don't understand, but they don't have an excuse because we are here to help them. Okay? Now, to do an online scan is quite simple. It also gives you the system requirements: Windows 7, Vista, XP, Windows 2000, and MT, which are still out. Okay? You need at least 32 bits of memory, 32 bits of megabytes of memory. And you need to have administrator rights are requested to run the online scanner. If you have any questions, you can click here, and you've also got a help section. To do an online scan, you click scan. It will say to you to download the ESET Smart Installer Executive. You need to download it and install it on your computer. If you're using Linux, you will be presented with a Linux file to also do the same thing. Once you accept that, then you can do the online scan and clean your system. If people would take the time, it only takes 10 minutes per day to understand what a virus is, a computer virus. It only takes 10 minutes to understand. A computer virus is a piece of programming code. It is designed for a number of reasons. We all have computer programming code on our computers, whether we use a MacBook, Linux, or Windows. They design a piece of code that is designed to do a number of things. Then they decide to call it a particular virus or a particular rootkit. It could be designed to mess up your system. It could be designed to load into the boot sector. When you boot your computer, it'll automatically kick in. Or it could be designed to sit in your computer for 3 months and pass information to the other person that has designed it. Or it could be used to attack other computers without their knowledge. Now, GRC website done a podcast a few months ago. I think it was 3 or 4 months ago it was on. His system was being attacked by a computer. The people that were using the computer did not even know that this was happening. So he got his friend in the FBI to track them down. Yes, friends, your computers can be tracked because these guys have got software that we don't have. He got a friend of his who works for the FBI to track the computer down, and these are not my words, these are his. He went to the address where the computer was, and it was basically a family computer. The parents' kids had downloaded pirate stuff and downloaded music. But they didn't understand that there was botnets on their system that were targeting GRC web server. So Steve cleaned their computer for them. The young fellas did not want their music taken off. So he explained to them basically what was happening, so he cleaned their computer. So this can also happen to us if we're not careful. Okay, so that's just some information, friends. Look, I'll show you how simple it is to find out what a virus is. If you watch the screen. Bring up your browser, whether it's Google, Firefox, or whatever, and type in here, what is a computer virus? And hit the return key on your keyboard. And let me sort this out to make sure we can see it. So that's how simple it is to find out what a computer virus is. You have Wikipedia here, which will basically explain to you a computer virus is a computer program that can replicate itself and spread from one computer to another. That's how simple it is to find out what a computer virus is. Okay? You have a number of links. How computer viruses work. A computer virus can cause a lot of damage. And you can also find out about computer worms and etc. So that's how simple it is to understand what a computer virus is. There's a number of websites, there's a number of videos on YouTube, and a number of videos on the internet. Now, another simple thing is, you want to know what a rootkit is, you would type in, what is a rootkit? What is a computer worm? Or you could type in, how can I remove a virus? It is as simple as that. My friends, this information is on the internet, but it doesn't get on the internet by thin air, okay? It doesn't appear just by out of the blue. This information is put on the internet by tech guys like myself. Some are more educated and some aren't. But we all put this information on the internet, whether it's in YouTube videos, whether it's in bloggers, or whether it's on blog TV. Okay? No excuse to the social networking users. The information is on the internet. If you want to know what a virus can do, type in, what can a computer virus do? I can slow your computer down. you start your computer up, you could be waiting 10 minutes for it to boot up. So by taking these simple measures, you can start to learn. It'll not only give you a peace of mind, it'll also save you money, and it'll also let you browse in comfort. Okay. So that's basically what a computer virus is, and exactly what you need to protect yourselves on the internet. Okay, friends, that's the end of this recording. Also, if you notice on this website here, howstuffworks.com, it does give you information on how hackers work, how to remove a computer virus, and 10 of the worst computer viruses of all time. Everybody thinks that a hacker is a bad guy. A hacker is not a bad guy, because you've got 3 types of hackers. You've got a white hot hacker. He is a good guy. He works for the government, works for security companies, and also works for McAfee and different Norton and etc. They are called white hot hackers. You have grey hot hackers who basically, if I was to hack tonight, you disagreed with me, I would become in the category of grey hot hackers. Then you have black hot hackers who are supposed to be the bad guys. They're the guys that's meant to put in viruses, trojans, and etc. Okay? Now this information is on the internet. There's many levels of hackers. Some call them script kiddies, some call them different names. There's fancy names. There's also a number of tools that some hackers use, and they're classed in a different category. Okay? So, not all hackers are bad guys. Here you have an introduction to hackers and how they work. You've also got hackers on the law. So friends, on social networking sites, you have no excuse in protecting your computers. Of course we will help you if you have a problem. That's what we're here for. And of course I will help you clean your computer if I am not busy at that particular time. But to save you all that hassle, the information is here. Okay, thank you very much. pccareman. Computer viruses. There's a virus introduction, email viruses, worms, and etc. Everything is in black and white. Alright, welcome back, my guy. You must have had problems with your system. Okay. Now, if you find that this information is too technical for you, I can't break it down any simpler. Just basically go to the internet, type in what is a virus. What is a computer virus? How can I remove a computer virus? That is how you will learn. That's how you'll learn what a Trojan horse is. Some Trojan programs can open your CD-ROM, they can play tricks with your mind if the person is successful putting it on your computer. Let's have a look at this video here. Just give me a second. Let me pull this down. Sorry about that.
Everybody involved. That's the person who wrote them.
Alright, hold on.
Was one that overheated. That was my lame attempt to lead into what we're talking about today.
You mean computer viruses?
Yes. We recently had an article on the feature on the site, the 10 worst computer viruses of all time. And I thought that'd be a clever way to lead in. Obviously, I was wrong.
Well, we had a difficult time choosing which, because, you know,
there's so many,
yeah, there really are, and the ones that we picked were chosen for different reasons.
Right.
Some of them were more destructive than others, but others broke new ground in virus world shenanigans.
Yeah. They caused brand new headaches for everybody involved. Because that's the person who wrote them, I suppose. Well, let's give a little background here. Okay, so computer viruses date back quite a ways. In fact, there's a scientist by the name of John von Neumann who theorized way back in 1949 that it would be possible to create a program that could self-replicate, which is generally what we talk about when we talk about computer viruses. There are different kinds of computer viruses. The standard, the original good old computer virus that would cause a lot of trouble would be the kind that would infect your computer and then overwrite data and essentially turn your computer into a useless pile of junk.
Right.